5. Listen here, my boy. I have to give a huge shout out to my eye drops, okay? 2 minutes ago, guys, when I was trying to film, and I'm going to show you a clip somewhere right here of how my eyes looked literally 120 seconds ago. And now I use these eye drops, and these are the Gemini eye drops. So I've had these for quite some time. These are the Gemini, okay? These eye drops, my nigga, these eye drops are goated, okay? What is S2? Like, I literally put them in and the redness goes away like it was never there. Like, I'm in so much shock. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For all those who are new here today, please do not forget to click that subscribe button. And for all my returning subscribers, welcome to another video by your ultimate fave who has bright white eyelids because of her, say it with me, her eye drops. I don't know why I didn't use my eye drops this whole time. But anyway, guys, I've been filming the whole day today, and I think obviously being exposed to the lights and being up very early has caused me to be extremely tired. But I wanted to get a couple of videos in because my wig is looking good. If anyone wants to know where I got my wig done, you guys all know where I get my wigs done. TT Hair Couture. Please make sure to check them out when you get a chance. But anyway, I am doing an updated Q&A. You know, guys, actually, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't like Q&As, okay? I really don't like Q&As. And one of the reasons why I don't like Q&As because I feel like it's the perfect opportunity for like some people to ask you questions, obviously those who have good intentions, and then those who have the bad intentions to come and try hurt you all over again. And I've stayed away from Q&As because one, it's my channel, which allows me to show you guys what I would like to show you. But also two, people on this platform can be extremely invasive, where you show them a part of your life, but they seemingly feel like they're entitled to more. And sometimes when you do Q&As where you allow people to ask you questions, they become that entitled. They show a lot of like invasiveness, and it's kind of like, guys, let's draw the boundary, which is why a part of it was like you can't ask people to draw a boundary if you're giving people the leeway to be invasive. You know what I mean? And that's essentially what a Q&A is. Allowing people to be invasive, allowing people to ask questions that they want to know. So it kind of defeats the purpose of saying, don't be invasive, but then do a Q&A, you know? So I don't like to do those often. I feel like the girlies who do that often is because they generally are better at deciphering what they do and don't want to tell you. But with me, because I've been such an open book and very vulnerable, there are certain things I don't know how I would handle, or how I would try, you know, kind of pretend I'm not seeing it or pretend I'm not like feeling it or anything of that nature. Like, my feelings are very like vivid, clear as day. There's no in between. If something makes me feel some type of way, I'm going to address that. So I think that's why I try to stay away from Q&As. But lately, I've been getting a lot of requests for an updated Q&A, and I know why people want a Q&A, but I guess because, like I said, I can control what I would like to respond to and what I don't. It kind of makes it a little bit easier. But I haven't done a Q&A in a minute now. In a hot ass minute, my nigga. Oh my god, guys, someone sent me, oh my god, I was so emotional. Someone sent me a message about my 2018 emotional vlog where I got my tattoo, this one right here, and they were like, look at where you were then and where you were now. And I swear to god, I just wanted to like break down in tears, because to get to where I was then to where I am now has been, I don't know what I could say. It's been a roller coaster of emotions. But I look at me now and that girl back then, and I'm so glad that I never gave up on her, and I'm pretty sure she's happy with who I am now, you know? Without rambling too much, let's get right into the Q&As. There's quite a lot. Someone said, how are you doing mentally? I love you so much. Thank you so much, Anonymous. Mentally, it's weird. I wish I could answer you for so many reasons. I'm in such a weird place, like, in my life, and I don't know if people go through this, where you feel like you don't know what you want, you don't know where you are, you don't know if you're satisfied, dissatisfied, happy, unhappy. But, you know, I know probably where that question is coming from, and mentally I'm in a better place than I was, I think, a month ago. A lot was happening a month ago, and I was not in a good place. Like I really wasn't. And I think a lot of the time when I look back on my decisions and my efforts to always try to be a bigger person in situations, it never helped me up until a point where it broke me to a point where I really don't know how I didn't end up in a facility. Like I really don't. Like I think I kept having this thing that I would disappoint my loved ones so much if I gave up on myself, because everyone is just like, you can't, you know what I mean? So it's been weird, dude. Like the depression took it took a beating, dude. Like it came at me with all the hands. But I'm trying to bounce back. Like even the situation is still very fresh, so when I talk about it, it still makes me quite emotional. So I'm in a better place. I mean, I could be at the best, but I'm not. The next anonymous said, what do you think of Hans asking out boys? I think it's fine. Do it. You know, the old me would have said, ew, no. But the new me is just like, do what you gotta do, Miss Mamas. I think Hans must ask out boys, hey? I won't lie, I've been shooting my shots. I'm not even gonna lie, like, I have been shooting my shots. Like, I've just like, if I want that nigga, I'ma get that nigga. If I wanna get that nigga, I'ma make sure that nigga's mine. Like, but I see nothing wrong with Hans asking out men. Like, I feel like also men have their own anxiety and their own fear about women and asking women out. So shoot your shots. Shoot your shots. 80% of the time when women shoot their shot, they win. Someone said, how's your love life? Messed up. My love life is, I wish I had a word for this. I wish I had a word for what my love life is, but I think my love life took a step back for my career. Like I felt like I put myself in a position to choose, and I had to choose my career for very personal reasons. And I think my love life had to take a step back with everything that I had suffered on social media. So that all had to take a step back. So where's my love life? At the back of the class. That's where my love life is. Anonymous said, biggest regret this year. Without obviously being too obvious, I think the biggest regret this year was my naivety in trusting people, like in doing things that I generally would have never done or went against my own will, but out of efforts to help those I care about. But I think my biggest regret this year was obviously partaking in someone else's dream and in someone else's idea to obviously see it to finish. But yeah, that idea came at the cost of me. So yeah, that's my biggest regret. And what else is my biggest regret? Do I have another regret? Oh, another biggest regret this year is not praying enough. You know, I went to a Catholic school for 13 years and I was taught to pray every day. I know every single prayer in the Good News Bible. You know, Catholic people, we read the Good News. And I can tell you till this day that I have the most difficult time praying. I struggle to pray. And I have had so many people this year tell me multiple times how praying will ease the pain and the heartache that I have, but I just can't bring myself to close my eyes and speak to the one person I wish to be around, like dearly, you know what I mean? So that's also my biggest regret, not praying enough. But I'm slowly coming around to it. I'm coming around to praying, but that's also one of my biggest regrets, not praying enough. Because when I started praying, I saw a change. When I started asking God and my mother, most importantly, and I think that's the most difficult aspect of praying to my mom. You know, I pray to God because we've been taught to pray to God, but then I also want to communicate with my loved one, and the most difficult part is asking for her help. Because it's like, I wish I could explain it, but it's like, more than your help, I need you. You know what I mean? So it's been difficult. At the age of 27, the most difficult thing for me is to pray. And the most difficult thing is to cut people off, dude. Hey, bro, it's been tough. Anyway, Anonymous said, are you still not available to make any new friends? Yes, no, I'm not available to make any new friends. For now, I'm good. Like, look, I mean, friends will come organically. If I meet someone next week and we really get along, we'll be friends. But if I'm keeping it a buck, no, I'm not interested in making any more friends. Someone said, we're out here watching videos from 3 years ago. Anyway, how's it being on TV? being on TV is amazing. Well, to be really honest with you, I never thought TV would be like an avenue for me, a work avenue for. I never ever in my life saw it, because in my mind I was too vulgar, I was too loud, I was too crass. I didn't have that it girl factor. And now that I'm here, I just feel like, yo, I need to do it for girls who are like me. I need to do it for girls who are as loud as me. I need to do it for girls who, when they say who reminds me of myself, and they think of Naledi M, they think, yes sis, if she can do it, I can do it. So yeah, I never imagined myself being on TV, but I won't lie, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to know that my first career is actually being a TV personality, and then I'm a YouTuber. Oh! Anonymous said, does YouTube pay you? Yes, the fuck it does. And I'ma tell you, that's some good money, chat. I mean, if Ghost Klubi could buy his girlfriend a Mercedes-Benz, baby, and buy himself a M2, I need you to ask yourself some real questions. No, it does. It pays me really well, very soft, stable. Someone said, would you go back to Drake? Honestly, no. I wouldn't go back to Drake, but I would be friends with Drake. I really would. And the problem is, our friendship was so good that I can't fully say with my chest that I wouldn't take him back if our friendship was like locked down. Because the thing is, we were great friends. I'm thinking of all the funny moments we've had, guys. We were great friends. Like, we were great friends. I think it's just that obviously things have just, you know, like time has passed. But there are certain things that Drake showed me about myself before he broke up that I've learned over these past few years. And there are certain things that I would like to think he's learned about himself. And I keep saying this to some of my friends, that if Drake and I had met each other in different parts of our lives, then maybe we would be a better couple than we were when I was much younger and I was very stubborn and I was very fierce and I was very, you know, like I was very like feisty. Now I'm just like, damn, shit, nigga. Come back and let's try to make this work on my No, hey. No. No, Drake and I would be great friends. No cap. Drake and I would be great friends. Like, I keep saying this, like if I see him in a fight, we're racking and I'm there and I'm fighting, he'll ask me questions after. He'll thank me later. Anonymous said, what has been your worst date? My worst date, I wouldn't even count this as a date, guys. My worst date was when I randomly went to this restaurant that sells habli, and I was going there by myself to like get some relaxation. I was actually wearing this wig, and then when I went there, it was fully packed, and I had no place to sit, and I wanted to sit where I could smoke habli, and at the time they had restricted some places. So this random waiter comes to me and says, hey, listen, Naledi, I know how you are about habli and I can place you somewhere, but the problem is you have to share a table with someone. And I was like, I bet. He's like, no, it's a guy, it's this person. I'm like, I bet. The worst date was this guy lying to me about owning a bank. And that's a story time for another day. Anonymous said, how have you been after the reality show? Really like anxious. The anxiety has shot up. Yo, go hack it so my babes. Go hack it so anxiety is peaking. Also, there was a lot of, I feel like I'm gonna call it demons that I had to face. About people that I thought I was friends with. About people that I realized did me very dirty for some views, dog. And I'm just like, you know, like now I'm so weird about how I have to move. Like now I get why some celebrities, they have a very standoffish aura about them, because sometimes you get bamboozled by niggas that are in your circle. It's never niggas on the outside, dog. And the thing is, you then change and then people are like, oh, she's so rude, she's so mean. Then you're nice and then people take advantage of that, and then it's like, there's no fucking in between, man. There's no in between. But really, real talk, super anxious, super sad, like literally been talking to 3 of my friends, 3 of my good friends. I haven't really spoken to anybody else, really. It's been Senzo, Naledi, and Naledi. So Senzo, Naledi, Mnisi, and Naledi Sukoto. And I think they had to pick up the pieces of me attempting the worst thing that could have destroyed my family and my loved ones when it came to like my life. I really got to a point where I wanted to take my life, because I was like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck, you know? And like, this is being done by people you called your friends. And I don't know, dude, I've just been in a weird place, but I'm good, dog. I'm always gonna be good. I'm wearing an Alexander Wang. I'm a BI. Anonymous said, how many breakups have you had in the last 3 months, even with the same person? I think about 2. Breakups with Frank. Yeah, I know. I think everyone wants to know what the update with Frank is, and vacation, whatever. Mans is still in my life, you know. Mans is very important to me, you know. He is a very prominent factor in my life, and I'm never going to take away the role that he plays. I think that him and I, we met and we fell in love so quickly that when we started seeing the cracks of our true nature, we had to kind of, you know, take a step back and rebuild. And I think that was for me. And Frank obviously met me at a time where my career was taking off, and then he had to really deal with the whole reality show, my depression, me plummeting, going downhill. A lot of things just started going wrong, and I think I had put so much pressure on, not to say I put pressure on him, but I isolated myself so much that he was so worried about me. I think a lot of my loved ones were worried about me. Like, a lot of them were trying to make sure they keep the pills and the knives and whatever away from me. But Frank, I think it affected him so much because I'd never been exposed to that. And the one fear I have is seeing how cruel people are to people's loved ones when they dislike them. And I had this big, immense fear that with everything they were doing to me with this reality show, that Frank would somehow be dragged into the crossfire and I would flipping die if he ended up getting bullied, or like being caught in some sort of crossfire with some sort of public scandal, or like some sort of like what's this, gossip blog, or anything of that nature. Because these days people are taking digs and they're playing foul, and Frank is too good of a person for me to drag him through that. So yeah, I isolated from him a little bit, but not because him and I, you know, but it's just more so of my fear about what people were going to do to him. Just kind of, it paralyzed me, and I don't think he was prepared for that. He never signed up for that. He never signed up to date a YouTuber or an influencer, and he's too much of a good person, and it would have killed my spirits if someone had come at him for anything, like his looks or anything of that nature. So yeah, I just took a step back from Frank because he saw how much this thing was killing me, honestly. Why do you always speak about Drake on your vlogs? Because I want him back with Zotin. No, I'm kidding. I think I speak about Drake on my vlogs, and I will be honest about this because I've gotten to a point where I can finally say I understand why Drake and I needed to break up, but the manner in which we broke up still haunts me, guys. Like it not haunts me like it keeps me up at night and it gives me like sleepless nights. No. But haunts me in the sense that out of all my exes, him and I, we had the strongest bond, and yet our breakup was the most horrific, if I say that. You know what I mean? And like, there was no need for it to end up the way that it did. So the retrograde or the renegade or the energade or the parade put me in a position where I was like, ish, I'm getting older. You know, I want to live this life where I've made peace with my demons. And one of my demons, I wouldn't actually call it a demon, but one of my traumas is Drake. And I deal with it sometimes by talking about it on stories, you know, making fun, because it's funny. It really is funny. But after it, when you look back, you're like, okay, that was a way for me to really like express my emotions. But what about the reality of things? Because also, I feel like I don't want to say our breakup was next time on Dragon Ball Z, but it was very like up in the air. You know what I mean? Not to say, oh, I want to bring it down to earth, gravity, no. But it was very up in the air in the sense that we shared so much for our breakup to end the way it did. That's what I'm saying. So not to say that I want to talk to him or get closure or anything of that nature, but I think I speak about him a lot because I've dreamt about him. Yo, guys, Kastiten, I've dreamt about Drake to a point where I've even told my sister because it was scaring me. I even thought someone wrong sebeza. But I dreamt about Drake. I have been thinking about him a lot, you know. And then I even thought maybe I should reach out and get closure. Maybe this is like a thing for me to reach out to him. Maybe he's not okay, because in the past few weeks I've been thinking about Drake. Like, and not the thinking like the thinking like, oh, I hope he's good. The thinking like he's on my mind for hours. Nothing in me will say on my mind for hours, I want him back, I want that, that's my baby daddy. But like everything in me to just call him and say, are you okay? I'm worried. What is going on? Because like something in my spirit doesn't feel right. And that's why I think I've been talking about Drake, because in my spirit, wherever Drake is, I don't think he's okay. And that's just me. Anonymous said, how did you feel when people gave their 2 cents on what type of person you are on Twitter? I was very hurt, eh? Anonymous, I was very hurt because I genuinely thought, and I'm gonna take a sip of this. A lot of the time they say on Twitter, when you get dragged, that's when you see how many people actually dislike you. And generally I've always been a like me, don't like me, hey man, you ain't gotta fuck with me, ain't nobody putting a gun to your head. But that reality show, it opened the craziest kind of worms that I don't even think I was prepared for, you know. I don't think I was prepared for, and I think it hurt me. Like any normal person, guys, I'm normal, I'm a human. Like even when I'm laughing with you on camera, I'm hurting, it hurts. But it definitely opened my eyes, you know? Like these people aren't your friends, dude. People on Twitter are not your friends. All 229,000 of them. People on Instagram are not your friends. Okay, I fairly, honestly, truthfully believe people on YouTube are my friends, but I could be wrong. But people on Twitter are not my friends. And I think for a long time, I had this very childish outlook on the fact that just because people follow you and care about what you have to say, doesn't mean they actually like you. People can actually follow you because they have a huge disdain for you. And now the thing is, because you're followed by thousands and thousands of people, you can't actually tell who your enemies are and who your friends are. Now you just gotta walk on defensive. Like you gotta walk on there like you, what's that nigga? Who's that nigga from? Not Vanguard, it starts with a V, man. The guy with the black mask, man, on Star Wars. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. So it's crazy, you know. Someone said, what happened between me and a friend of mine, a former friend of mine? Guys, I swear to God, on oath, my mom, like we had a fight as friends, and it had nothing to do with niggas, it had nothing to do with anything. It literally just had to do with her and I's issues as friends. And the thing is, I mentioned this on a live as well, and I said, out of every single person that I've stopped being friends with, right, her and I, our friendship was so dear to me that when it ended, it hurt me quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna hurt me, but at some point in time, like as grown adults, we need to stand our ground. Like if something hurts me but I'm choosing to stand my ground, that's literally what happened. But like there is no beef between us, nothing. Friends fights, guys. For all you know, don't even bet your bottom dollar that you won't see us together, because you never know. Anonymous said, do you think your personality tends to overwhelm people? Yes, I think it does. I think those who know me are comfortable with my personality, but I think those who are obviously very quiet, timid, will feel like my personality is overwhelming because I talk too much and I'm loud, and I feel like when I jump into a room or I get into a room, my personality can do one of two things. It can either make someone extremely comfortable to say this is such a carefree, loving, talkative person, or it can make someone feel inferior. And I guess you choose which one you choose to fall under. I mean, I come in being the same person to everyone. I was taught to treat everybody the same way. I don't care if you are Patrice Motsepe or you are there at the bottom. I don't care. I will treat you the same way, and that is one thing that's remained consistent about me. I don't treat anybody any different. What you give me is what you will get from me. If you give me respect, you get respect. If you give me kindness, you get kindness. But a lot of the time you get kindness from me, and if I experience unkindness, I will respond with unkindness, you know? So yeah, I do think my personality can overwhelm people because I'm very strong, I'm very confident in what I say, I'm very loud, I'm very funny, and I've realized a lot of women dislike me when I'm around their partners because I'm not gonna say I get along with one of the boys. That's some bullshit. No. But I am so carefree that a lot of males tend to enjoy who I am because I don't try to dumb myself down and, oh, whatever the man says. I get in there, I say my shit, I laugh, I crack jokes, I speak to the niggas, I question niggas, I call out people. Like, I am myself through and through. So a lot of gents will find it refreshing. A lot of men have found that refreshing, and a lot of men might think that I'm too much to handle. And it depends on obviously who you are, whether you feel inferior when it comes to me or whether you feel like I'm someone you like. And then Anonymous said, hey Naledi, someone said, what was your experience with racism in high school? Any advice? I can't give you advice, and I'll keep it a buck with you. The reason why I can't give you advice is because I experienced racism, but it was very timid. It was very, to a certain degree, people knew when not to overstep their boundaries. Like, and also the school that I went to was very pro, like, you know, I think before I came, before, you know, us, the freedom kids, things might have still been a bit weird, but there were certain teachers, but it wasn't the whole setup of the school, you know. It was certain teachers, it was certain, you know, people that may have liked or disliked you, but I cannot answer that because I don't think I experienced that to its full, you know, extent. I'd be lying to you. I would be lying to you. Yes, I experienced certain elements of it, but also take into consideration, you go to a private school where your parents can make demands. And at times, when certain teachers felt like they could kind of exhibit those traits, they are put into place very, very quickly. Because it's like, you don't get to do that and get away with it. Especially where my dad was involved. I would go home, I would cry about it, and something would be done. Like, my parents did not take kindly to things like that. And I've only experienced one incident of racism at school, and it had to do with a netball teacher. And I'll never forget that lady. I will never forget like how much I cried when I got home, and how much my dad was like, tomorrow morning 8 o'clock we're at your school. And it changed everything. Someone said, what is your biggest fear? Oh, my biggest fear is ending up alone. How many relationships have you been in this year alone? One. No, literally one. And everybody knows. Anonymous said, my dear, why did you change your Mercedes? Sana-san, because it was going off the motor plan. Nah, no cap. I'm not even gonna lie. I had my car for 5 years. So my dad was like, yeah. Before 400 gets to the end of the motor plan, we're selling it. Sell it. You never want to sell a car without a motor plan. It literally goes down like this, goes from this to this. So my dad was actually the one who was like kind of like edging me about it. I loved my car. I loved my Mercedes Benz. That was my girl, Susie. Her name was Susie. Oh, that was my girl, child. Anonymous said, do you plan on starting a business one day? Yes, I definitely do. Anonymous said, do you still go to the gym? Yes, I do. But I try not to show you guys the same thing every day on Instagram because it makes me look boring. Anonymous said, what would you say to a young girl who's interested to enter the entertainment industry? And also understand people in the entertainment industry are not your friends, and I mean that from all aspects. Social media, I mean that television, I mean that above the line, I mean that everywhere. No one is your friend. Everybody who is in the same industry as you is more likely trying to think for themselves or trying to think to get ahead. Don't get entangled in this idea that you guys are going to be like happy friends and, you know, Anonymous said, rate social media friendships. I think when you find the right people, you can make great friends. Like, there are some social media, like there are some people I've met on social media that I've become really good friends with. One of them is Naledi, okay? I met Naledi on social media and we've become the bestest of friends. Okay, she invited me to a netball game. I think social media friendships are great, but just fuck with people who aren't obsessed with the limelight. Just fuck with people who aren't obsessed with trying to get ahead by using other people. And you see it. You see it in the little things. Anonymous said, what is the biggest lesson 2022 taught you? This is gonna sound like a diss video, I swear to God, but not everyone that smiles with you is your mate. And I hate that I had to learn this message or this reality so late in my life. But I need you guys to understand that when you are raised in a loving home where things are always positive and when you're taught to see the best in people, you don't go out in life thinking people are designed to hurt you. When people hurt you, you're automatically thinking that, you know, it must have been, what do they call it? An error in judgment. But what 2022 has taught me is that as much as the pie is big to eat for everyone, that doesn't mean everybody wants you to have a slice. You know what I mean? As much as the pie is big and everybody can get a slice, that doesn't mean people want you to have a slice. And if it means that people get bigger slices for themselves, that is exactly what they'll do. So yeah. Someone says, when filming with your iPhone, do you use vivid or original camera? I don't know what you mean. When filming with your iPhone, if I film with my iPhone, I'm filming with my iPhone. No, I've never filmed with my iPhone. I use a camera. Anonymous said, how did you cope with economics in varsity? My sweetheart, I passed with a 51. That's how I coped. And I did it twice. Once, and then I failed, and then I did it in summer school. Anonymous has said, do you want to get married one day before 30 or around age 35? I don't know if I want to get married. Anonymous said, how are you truly? Love your energy. Guys, truly, like, I'm down in the dumps. Like, there's a lot I chose not to speak about because of that incident. There's a lot I could have said. There's a lot I could have released. But I was just like, this is not me. This is not who I am. And a lot of the things you guys are asking me, a lot of the things I was told not to speak about by those very people. They told me, please don't speak about it. They try to shush me. They try to hush me, telling me that it's going to disrupt the show. And I went with that shit. You know, because I thought, hey, maybe. But there's a lot you guys don't know. Anonymous said, do you have a fetish? No. Is it with the opposite part? Is it with the opposite sex, or is it with myself? If it's with myself, I have a thing about people eating. Like, fetish would be sexual, right? If that's the case, then no. What's your favorite thing about yourself? My ability to reinvent myself, my ability to rise from the lowest point. Because just when I thought the lowest point was losing my mother, then it came this point. And I think my mother played a pivotal point in this. Like, I think I was befriending people that had no good intention for me. Nothing about what they were doing was to help each other and better each other. Everything was just to ridicule and humiliate and to showcase elements of people that were untrue to get something out of it. So I think my mom dying was the worst moment, but this was the second worst. But my favorite thing about myself is my ability to bounce back. Because I'm here to bounce back, my baby. I'm here to come back. better than ever. Anonymous said, which parts of you did you change that made you insecure? Being on television, as great as it was, came with a lot of insecurities, and I just wasn't sure how people would view me. And I'm noticing even now that when like the whole thing happened on Twitter with my looks, I was just like, damn. Like, people actually want to go for the jugular, and it just made me very insecure. And I think being in the spotlight does that to you, you know. It puts you in a place where you're very vulnerable, susceptible to criticism, judgment, and you have to decide whether you want to take that or you don't. Okay, someone said, firstly, I'd like to say you look absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. Question, does it seem like most of your friendships are not working out? Do you think you are the problem and they misunderstand you? Okay, and I'm glad someone asked this because I'd like to set the record straight. Most of my friendships working out weren't as a result of them cutting me off. It was a result of me cutting them off. I need you guys to get that straight. Just because I don't talk about my friendships, just because I don't tell you guys story updates, there are certain friendships of mine that will never get a story time on here. It's out of pure respect for the people in question, and it's also out of I'm not sitting here trying to be the victim in every single story, whatever the case may be. A lot of the friendships that you guys may have think didn't work out because of me, didn't work out because I chose to walk away. It's not a situation of what you guys think it is, but I can see how it can be disguised that way. A lot of people that you've seen on my channel that we've developed friendships was as a result of meeting from social media, from me loving their content, from me reaching out 90% of the time. And then when I started to see what people were befriending me for, or at what cost, when I cut that off, it then became oh, she can't keep friends, or she can't do this. That's some bullshit. You guys don't know me. Some of my friendships are friends that I've gotten over 10 years ago. I'm never gonna sit here and paint myself as a great person. I have my flaws. But at the end of the day, I can tell you without a shadow of doubt that each and every single friendship that you guys may have think ended because I was the issue, you're actually super wrong. Like, you couldn't be further than wrong. And just because I don't talk about it and tell you guys, oh, it ended because this person did this to me, I'm way above that. Like, this channel is to diss men, because, you know, we pro women up in here. But I'm not gonna sit here and diss my friends. For what? For your kikis and your ha-has? No, guys. Me, I'm grown. I don't know about the other people who do that shit and diss each other's friends. One minute you guys are friends, next minute you're dragging each other on lives. Like, I'm grown. I don't do that shit. If we've cut each other off, let's cut each other off. I'm not going to talk about you. Don't talk about me. I'm not going to participate in any drag. Don't participate in any drag. I'm not going to do any immature shit. If I want to say it, I'm going to say it to your face. If I don't say it to your face, I'm not saying it behind your back. Period. Point blank. Finish. Someone said, if you won the lottery, would you still work? Hell yeah. Someone said, would I forgive someone in particular? I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. Hey. And I think that's what hurts me. I just don't know. A part of me wants to forgive those people in question, but a part of me is just like, nah. You got what you wanted? Deuces. Someone said, what do you plan on doing with your MBA? I plan on working in the clubs with it. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't even know, like, why I did the MBA. Like, I did it because I wanted it. Now that I have it, I don't know what the fuck to do with it. So you're right. I don't know. Someone said, how did you juggle school and working content, and working and creating content and still excel in both? I didn't want to settle for mediocrity. Work was difficult. School was difficult. Creating content was also difficult. But, like, I knew, like, what I was capable of. I knew my strengths. I knew what I wanted for myself, and I just kept at it. You know what I mean? Like, I just kept at it. I knew that it was gonna pay off. There were days where I'd cry. There were days where I'd sleep for 4 hours. There were days where I'd feel like this is not paying off. But I knew at some point or the other, it's gonna pay off. And I don't want to settle for being mediocre. And I definitely don't want to win at the cost of hurting others. Period. Yo, someone said, how do you deal with jealous friends who are bitter to be with you, also want to be in your space? Cut them off. Cut them off. How do you deal with mental breakdowns if you experience any? Miss Mamas, earlier this year, I really did have a mental and emotional breakdown at work, on set actually, around the time where the reality show was happening. Well, right. But what matters is that I think for me, what I do is I think about everybody else who I could potentially hurt by leaving the world. And I know that sounds like it's still a selfless act, but it's like, I lost my mom, and the only person that I have here who knows that pain is my sister. The last thing I'd want to do is put my sister through more pain. You know what I mean? So mentally, hey guys, like it's a past that's moving, but it's not moving. Someone says, do you regret being an influencer since everyone is always in your business? To a certain degree, yeah, I do. I wish I could have just been a TV personality. You could know of me, but not about me. An influencer gives you too much leeway into my private life. A celebrity is like, we know of Wanang, we praise her, but we don't know about her private life. We don't know shit unless it's put on the TL. But with influencers, we just people get so invasive and so cruel, and you're just like, but bro, what did I do to you, dog? Why do you hate me so much? Why? Someone says, gahle usingle or uyajola. Andas, Anonymous said, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I want to be a millionaire who's traveled the world to multiple countries. I want to have started my business, which is flourishing. I want to be living in my brand new house. I don't know about how I feel about a husband and kids. I don't see that for myself. I see myself being a lot more independent, fierce, like, you know, doing all the things that everybody told me I would never be good enough to do. And the thing is, when you've experienced bullying the way I have, and the thing is, people think that I'm kidding about this, but the bullying is a real thing, guys. Even the people who are like me, who are mouthed and loud and whatever, can be bullied. Like, there's even this one girl that used to bully me in school. Her and I, we get along. And she will like call me and hook me, like say, hey, let's show, da da da. And I'll be like, does she even remember how much this girl used to bully me? She wanted to fight me, and I was like 2 years younger than her. She wanted to fight me at school. But I guess sometimes you just, hey, dude, you must move, dog. You must just get over it, dude. What kind of friend are you? Do you think you're a good friend? Dude, I'm a clingy friend, hey? Like, if I'm your friend, I want to hang out with you every week. I want to go out with you dinner. Like, if you are broke, I'll pay. Like, I got you, like, dog. But then I think the only downside to being my friend is that I'm very emotional. So sometimes you'll say things and they'll rub me up the wrong way, and I may not receive it in the way you're trying to say it, but I do try to hear you nonetheless. So the emotions can be very, you know, not to say, oh, but like, I'll be very hurt by things that the general person wouldn't be hurt over. But yes, I think I'm a great friend. And I'd like to say my friends think I'm a great friend. What's my current favorite car? A Lamborghini Urus. Urus. Do you want to get married? I don't know. What are you most proud of this year? I don't know. I think I've had a lot of proud moments. I think I've had so many. If you weren't in SA, where would you stay? Europe. UK. How long have you been on YouTube, and how do you deal with the backlash? I've been on YouTube for about 6 years, going on 7. Deal with the backlash, switch it off, dude. Not everybody's gonna like you, Miss Mamas. No. Someone said, what helped you move on your Drake? What helped you move on from Drake? Cause wow, I don't know, time did. And like I was very hurt by Drake's actions over a period of years, that when he left me, I was ready for that space. I needed my space. I needed to be alone. Like, I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to be around him. I didn't want to see him. So by the time that he had left, he had already been cheating on me again with some girl from his hometown. So I think it had just made it easier for me. Someone said, what's this chapter of your life called? Love you lots. I think this chapter of my life is called indecision. I'm indecisive. Like, I know what I want and what I don't want, but how do I let it go and how do I keep it here? You know, I'm looking for this happiness, but I'm stuck in my sadness, and I don't want to drag people into my sadness, but please don't give up on me. Because I need you. But maybe I'm not ready to say it yet, because maybe I don't know if I need anyone. Maybe I need nothing. Maybe I need my mother. Maybe I need something that I know I'll never get. Indecision. Yeah, heta, dekoa. Someone said, my baby loves your mukbangs. Will you be his godmother? My sweetheart, I will come personally visit him and buy him clothes. You DM me if you see this, and let me know. But I would love to be his godmother. It would be the first person I'm a godmother. No, I'm lying. The second. Ooh, Tiamo would kill me. It would be the second person I'm a godmother to. Anonymous person. Anonymous says, how do you manage to always stay positive? You're such an amazing friend in person. It's so hard. Sometimes you're just like, fuck, I'm tired, bro. But you know what keeps me positive? I've got so many people out there who are like kind enough to say, hey dude, your videos get me through such a tough time, but I'd be lying to you if I said this is easy. It's so difficult. And like Jerome told me, it's not hard, it's difficult. You must stop saying things are hard. You must say things are difficult. Hey guys, that English gent, it's tough. Sometimes I go to bed weeping after having laughed for hours on camera, because a part of me goes to bed like knowing that I've done something nice for someone, but like it's so difficult, hectic. Someone said, hey sis Naledi, when completing your qualifications, did you ever feel motivated all the time? Dude, what am I gonna do with this degree? You know what I mean? What am I gonna do with it? What's it gonna do for me? Nothing. Exactly. Someone said, do you have indoor? That yo guys, I don't know what I have. Anonymous said, what is your current mantra? My current mantra is just to keep going, dude. Like, you just have to keep going. I remember the day that I actually crashed my car on set when the whole reality show was happening, when I got into like a panic attack. And I never want to talk about this, but I just want to touch on it. That day, the whole thing was happening throughout the whole day, like the lies and the misinformation was being spread. And now I had been told by so many people to keep quiet, because I think I had done enough speaking. And now the thing that had hurt me was that the people in question had asked me to leave certain elements of the story out because it would have helped the element of the show, right? So I kept quiet because I obviously was respecting their wishes, but then it turned around that they obviously fucked me over. And I literally crashed my car on set that day. Not like I did it myself, like, ah! No. I was having a little panic attack, like my chest was closing up, like I had to go to hospital, like it was bad, guys. If that day didn't kill me, and I swear to God, that day could have. And the thing is, people don't understand when they spread this misinformation, the risk that they put people at, their lives, they bread, you know. And I even wanted to tell my channel members everything that had happened, bar for bar, word for word. A part of me was like, you know what, leave it alone. God will show them. Those who try to hurt you and try to diminish your light, God will showcase them for who they are. And I know I use God to the same person I don't pray to, but I'm telling you guys something. There are so many elements that were left out, and they were left out for a reason. Because every story has to have a villain in it. Every story has to have a hero in it, and every story has to have a villain. And in this instance, I just didn't ever think it would be me. Someone said, it's not a question, but you look so much like Kuba Papi. Like Kuba Papi. Like Kuba Papi. Yes, I do. Thank you so much, guys. Do I? Thank you. Someone said, do you think you'll ever work in corporate? No. Someone said, what's happening with Kenneth? I've blocked Kenneth completely. Like, Kenneth has been going around saying some bullshit about me. So, nah. Anonymous said, did you buy a new house? Oh no, guys, not yet. That's not in the works. Did y'all think that was gonna happen like now in months? And also, if I do buy a new house, I'm probably not gonna let anybody know. Yeah, you guys will see obviously from my like WhatsApp, from my Instagram stories or whatever, but I probably won't say anything. Like the same way I didn't say when I bought a new car. Like to me, my parents don't believe in us doing that. They were like, you invite a lot of negative energy when you celebrate your wins with strangers. because strangers aren't actually happy for you. They just want to see what you're doing so that they can either hate on you or envy you, one of the two. Yo, everyone is asking me the same question, so I think I'll just leave it there. Anonymous said, are you gonna continue with school until you're Dr. Naledi M? I don't know, I'll see. I've got like what, 18 months more to be Dr. Naledi M, so you guys keep keeping it. But I think I might do it. I might do it. Anonymous said, do you not feel guilty about the friendship between you and me and this person? No, because this person led me astray. This person convinced me and sold me a story of how she was on my team and she felt like everybody took things out of proportion and then turned around and did what she did. So no. Someone said, how many cars do you own? To okay, let me answer the last one. Someone said, could you please do a collab truth or sip video with the Michali Ndamase? I did that years ago. I did that, no, maybe not years ago, but maybe like a little over a year ago. I did that with Michali and I did that with Miss XO. So check it out. I think a lot of people didn't like it because they sipped and didn't spill. But I kind of understand it as an influencer because look at all the things that they do ever since like you release your life. You know what I mean? But that's about it, guys. That's about it. Yeah, everything is just the same thing. Oh, and the last person, and I'm gonna ask this because it comes from a specific person. I know he's gonna watch this video. What is your favorite perfume? Am I allowed to like just throw in and say anything? Okay, my favorite perfume, without shadow of doubt, is Gucci Guilty, the red and black one, not the gold one. But if I had to take it a step further, because I know you're watching, because it's the last question, it is the Christian Dior Oud Itzman. No, actually I lie. It's the Mason Francis Satin Oud. Good luck. But anyway guys, that is it. That is the end of my Q&A. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below, let me know what you thought, if you want me to do more updated Q&As. But other than that, that is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this and I will see you guys in my next Q&A.